Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Klessman, and I've been teaching and directing at LaVille for the last 10 years. It's been an amazing honor to work with hundreds of students and direct over 24 productions during this time. I'm very proud of the productions that have happened on this stage, and I'm thrilled that the LaVille Drama Club is celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. In honor of this important milestone, I've gathered some Drama Club alumni to share their memories and experiences from the time that they were in Drama Club. I think that as we continue to look forward to future shows and performances, it's important to look back as well. These students and many more not featured in this video have helped build the legacy of LaVille Drama Club. Working with these students over the past 10 years has been the best part of my day and my proudest accomplishment. I can't wait for you to see the show tonight, and I hope that hearing these stories gives you a look into what Drama Club is like for those involved. Most importantly, I hope you see that for a short 4 to 6 years, Drama Club is a place for students to perform, produce, and create. But most importantly, it's a place to belong. Thank you for being here. And now, on with the show.
I'm Alex and I graduated in 2017.
Hi, I'm Jackie Eisenberg and I graduated 2021.
I'm Josiah Limburner. I graduated in 2017.
My name is Jordan, and I graduated in 2021.
My name is Devin Van Dosen, and I was in the graduating class of 2019.
I'm Tanner Kinney. I graduated in 2017.
I am Kirsten Remedy, and I am one of the original Drama Club babies. I graduated in 2015.
I'm Alexis Wilthing and I graduated in 2020.
My name is Zoe. I graduated in 2017.
I am Lauren Harville, and I graduated in the grand year of 2022.
Hi, I'm Lily Odiorin and my graduation year is 2021.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Lovelace and I graduated in 2020, the year of quarantine, so that was a lot of fun.
My name is Connor Flory and I graduated 2022.
Hi, Zach Dixon, 2020.
My name is Mason Norton and I graduated in 2022.
My name is Brooke McKinney and I graduated in 2021.
I started freshman year and I acted. I also painted set and organized costumes and stuff like that. So if I could, I wanted to do a little bit of everything, but I mostly did painting and acting. I started off in crew. I painted some pieces and I did lighting, and then I found out I wanted to act, so I just continued acting till I graduated.
I was in drama club from 8th grade until I graduated. My first show was The Wizard of Oz, and I was an actor in every show that I was in. I was on stage, and I helped with costumes sometimes, like costume organization, prop organization, things like that, labeling stuff. That was a lot of fun.
I acted, and I also was a constant nuisance to Mrs. Klessman about 24/7.
I acted. I was in a lot of shows, and I'm not going to list them now.
I only ever acted, and I was an officer in my junior and senior year.
When I was in drama, I was an actress.
I was only ever an actor, although I did hang around the crew members a lot, particularly the twins. I annoyed them a lot. We were cool though.
Well, for the first year, I was in crew for The Groom Has Cold Feet, and after that I did my first show on stage. Then I was in every show since then except for one.
I was an actor from my sophomore year until one semester my senior year, and then my very last play in the spring, I joined crew.
I acted throughout all my shows, and I started, my first one was a family reunion to die for up into my senior year of ranked.
I was always an actor. I started off the first one that Ms. Klossman did as well.
I acted. I was also the costume queen. I also directed all of them following the 5 years after I graduated.
A Family Reunion to Die For was my favorite just because the interactions, it was a little bit of a smaller show when you go from actors wise, so we got to interact a lot more, have fun with each other.
My favorite show is probably Murder on the Air because I had the lead and I got to do it with Zach, and I had to kiss Zach, which was probably like the funniest thing ever.
It's hard to choose one, but if I had to choose, it would probably be Hercules. It was nice being a lead, and I got to run around the stage for 2 hours straight. It was a lot of fun.
Family reunion to die for, because it was just a lot of fun and a lot of good memories.
The favorite show that I participated in was Seussical the Musical. Even though it was my only show that I did, it was really fun to get out there and sing and dance.
I gotta say Annie, probably. That was the first show that I was ever actually in. It helped me find friends, people I enjoy to talk with and hang out with, and it was my first stepping stone.
Okay, I think my favorite is Family Reunion to Die For because I got to crawl around on the floor 90% of the time.
My favorite show I participated in. I loved Seussical. Seussical was big and loud, and I got to be crazy, bonkers.
I was in Charlotte's Web and Peter Pan. My favorite of the two was probably Peter Pan. There was just a lot more action, and we got to stage fight, and I got to have a pirate accent and all kinds of fun stuff. So that one was probably my favorite of the two.
It definitely was Newsies because that was like one of my first like lead roles that I had, and it was just a really fun show to be in.
Would have to be Seussical. It was just a really good time.
I'm gonna say Newsies. That was my last one I've done with the drama club, and I liked it because we got to dance like a lot, and I got to wear a cool little Newsy boy outfit, and I got to tap dance. So yeah.
Murder at the Orient Express because that's where I feel like I really solidified some friendships that still last today.
Sour Kangaroo and Fiona were two of my favorite roles. Sour Kangaroo just because I got to like get up there and belt, and Fiona I got to be a pretty little ogre princess, you know, and so it was a lot of fun. I think Sour Kangaroo takes the cake though. I would play her again in a heartbeat.
I was Charlotte in Charlotte's Web, so that was probably my favorite role. I loved the costume that I got to wear, and the dramatic monologues and getting to fake spin spider webs, and it was a lot of fun.
Yakman / the Night Crusader / Princess something of Sugar something. Yeah, because it was just a fun character and I got to play around a lot with it.
Dolores Biggs, and Then There Was One. It was great because I got to like have this dramatic death and throw myself onto a couch, off of a couch rather. My kneecap has never been the same since. So
My favorite role was Mavis from Murder on the Air because I got to be very chaotic and eat pills. They're sweet tarts. So yeah.
I would say being in crew for the one semester really kind of opened my eyes to how important they are. I've always thought that they were important. I really love like how everything ties the set together, but the fact that I was able to like create the Peach and James and the Giant Peach, and then I was the Peach operator and almost squished some people, that was pretty cool. But I think it was a great experience to have.
My favorite role was the one where I was the lead as Detective Dudley Sharp. I spent a lot of time working on that role, developing the character, getting a few different inspirations. I watch a lot of crime dramas with my mom, so get a lot of inspiration from that. I really worked on making that role as fun and engaging as possible, and it turned out really well. I thought that's the role I was the most happy with.
No, I'd probably say Pinocchio from Shrek. I had a lot of fun singing horribly and off-pitched and screeching at everybody in a high voice.
Donkey. I think that one just fit me the best. I felt like me more than any other role I ever had.
Presley York was probably my favorite one. It was an Elvis impersonator, and it was a very fun costume to wear, and that's really about it. It was just fun to do.
Easy. Cat in the Hat from Seussical. It was so good. I got to scream cry on stage.
I loved being assistant director. That was so much fun. It was an experience I will always be grateful for, and even though I can't do it anymore, I miss those kids and being creative with them and goofy with them every single day.
I definitely think it would be Sydney in Ranked because, I don't know, I've always been casted as like kind of like villainous people, especially for my senior year. But it was nice to have somebody who had so much more than just, because she was like a popular person, and so she was like kind of like stuck up and stuff. But by the end of the show, like she had like a 180. She had a character arc and everything. I wasn't just a rude person the entire time.
A hatchet, get him! I had to say that in a family reunion to die for, and then I got to smash cake in someone's face, and that was a lot of fun. And then in the Grim Has Cold Feet, I said, I'll get the hanging rope, and yeah, just talking like that was probably one of my favorite things to do.
My favorite memory is probably crying when I found out where Stephanie lived. This was during, I think, the fall semester, so therefore, like, a lot of stress was going on, and that just kind of, like, was a cherry on the top, and then I just, like, laid on the floor and cried, and yeah.
My favorite memory is probably our dance parties, hype sessions, because those were meaningful moments together.
Louise, my little sister, first started drama club, and like she was talking and being loud backstage. So like I was right behind her, so I just snuck in from the shadows backstage, and I grabbed her and I dragged her away, and I was like, "Shh, be quiet backstage." And Klussman saw it and just had this look of horror on her face, and it was very funny.
The first time that Klussman told me to cheat out, I had no idea what cheating out was, and they tried to explain it as best as they could, and I just completely turned around, not knowing that I had to do it slightly.
My favorite memory was the time, it was also during Murder at the Orient Express, when we were rehearsing, I think we were doing a dress rehearsal. We were doing the runaround scatter scene, and I picked up the mirror that Jasana had, and I slipped out of my hand as I picked it up. I chucked it across the room, and we had to stop the rehearsal to clean up the broken mirror. I still am not recovered from that bad luck.
During directing, I would say watching kids I met when they were in 7th grade become seniors and watching them blossom into the amazing performers that they are today, the amazing people that they are today, that was a phenomenal experience.
My favorite memory from Drama Club is the time when, on stage, during a show, I almost skipped the entirety of Act 2. I had 2 very similar monologues with some exact same lines, and I started doing the one from the very end of Act 2 rather than the beginning of Act 2. So I think a couple lines got repeated because I was trying to figure out where I was and how not to skip the entirety of the second act.
For me, it was a lot of self-confidence. I was always really, really timid up to, I'd say, junior high and freshman. I started to be able to get out of my shell a lot, learn to interact with a lot of people I might not normally talk with, and just to discover a lot about myself by meeting new people, interacting, having a lot of fun outside of the normal school boundaries. So
I learned that even if you're nervous, that moment only lasts for a little while and then it ends eventually. So if you're anxious about something or nervous or worried, you get through it and it does end.
Memorize your lines, because you're gonna look stupid if you forget them. No matter what part you get or who you play as, even if you do get a part, there's always something that to do in drama club, and you never know what you might really love doing. Because when I first started out, I started out to act in drama club. I was like, I'll get some parts, but I ended up really loving costume design and painting sets and everything. I really liked doing the backstage stuff. That was like personally one of my favorite things to do, and to like kind of keep a positive attitude, like be nice.
I guess the biggest thing is how to improvise and sort of how to adapt when things that you're currently working on aren't necessarily going as you expected. When I've been working in broadcast since then, a lot of the stuff I do, like live on air or, rehearse scripts and stuff like that, I make sure to, when things are starting to go downhill, I have a foundation to actually adapt and bring it back on the rails, or keep it going off the rails but in an entertaining direction. So I think that's the best skill I picked up, just purely the ability to improvise.
Something I learned from being in drama club is just like have fun, make big choices. Like also doing theater, you can literally do everything in the entire world. Can't make up your mind on what job you want to have, be an actor, because you can do everything. It's pretty cool.
Well, as somebody who used to have like stage fright on singing up on stage, you just gotta get up there and do it. You have to be able to put yourself out there if you want things to happen.
Be yourself. It's all anybody can ever ask of you. It's all you can ever ask of yourself. You can't really change the way you need to be for others, and being yourself is what's going to get you the furthest if you pursue anything in life.
Something I learned from drama club is not to sweat the mistakes. Don't let them get to you. Obviously, I skipped almost an entire act of a show, so learning how to move on quickly from mistakes, but to also learn from them was definitely something that drama club taught me, and to just appreciate the little moments, like the friendships that I made through drama club and the stuff that I got to do. All those things are just like really precious memories to me. So drama club really taught me to appreciate that stuff.
I learned that it's okay to be weird because there are a lot of other weird kids in the world, and just because you don't fit into one like particular group or clique or set of friends doesn't mean that you can't find a place where you belong.